All right, welcome back. And we're joined now by Lester Erb, kind of the last addition to this coaching staff. Coach comes here from University of Iowa most recently. You had a lot of success at Iowa coaching some different positions. Let's first talk about what you're coaching here in running backs. While you were with the Hawkeyes, coached a kid by the name of Sean Green, won the Doak Walker Award in the NFL. Talk a little bit about that experience coaching at Iowa and coaching a player like Sean Green.
Well, I think, obviously, as you had mentioned, I coached wide receivers and running backs at Iowa, as long as special teams. Sean Green was really one of my first pupils there, and Sean was just a tremendous player, tremendous competitor, and just a guy that enjoyed practicing every day. And he was really one of the fun guys I had a chance to coach.
You're blessed not just to coach a guy like Sean Green, won the Doak Walker Award, but on the special team side of it, Nate Kading, who won the Lou Groza Award as a kicker at Iowa and long career in the NFL as well.
Yeah, I was pretty fortunate when I first got to Iowa. Nate was just coming in as a true freshman, and he was another guy that, he was a kicker, but he was a misnomer as a kicker, because if he was 6'2", 220, he would have played middle linebacker. And really the thing that set Nate apart was just his mental toughness. He was a guy that, whether he missed a kick or made a kick, it was behind him and he was moving forward. And Nate was just a tremendous guy to coach.
Coming into the University of Nevada, your first year here with Coach Pullian and this staff here, special teams coordinator, running backs coach. Let's first talk about the running backs here at Nevada. A long tradition here, especially within the pistol offense. Some guys that have put up some good numbers here, but you kind of have some new guys to work with, some guys that might not have a lot of experience in this offense so far.
Yeah, and really I don't have a whole lot of experience in the offense either. Coming from Iowa is a true pro-style deal. Here at Nevada, it's a little bit different. I'm excited about it. And running backs should really be excited about it, because the one thing, this offense has different dimensions to the running game, whereas quarterbacks can run it too, so it really threatens the defense. Defense has really got to play you honest. And the running backs I've seen so far, they've been exciting. Obviously, Don Jackson has really jumped out here in the beginning of spring. Chris Solomon is having a good spring. Nate McLaren and Xavier Stevens have all done really good things so far. And we lost Nate Leto early on, but he was a guy who was really doing some good things, and I'm excited about the group.
When you look at a position and you have a guy like Stephon Jefferson, the second leading rusher in the nation last year, going to the NFL, and now it's a wide open race, how does that help with you as a coach? And kind of, you don't really have to create competition. Those guys know that job's out there for the taking, and they're going to go to practice every day working for it.
And that's really what the group has done so far. I've been extremely pleased with the way they've approached practice. They all work hard. They're all conscientious, and that creates competition among those guys. And I really feel right now that they're really competing.
As you move into the offseason with this group in particular, what are kind of the goals for them? And now that you have some tape on each guy in spring ball, how much do you kind of evaluate that and kind of put a plan together going into fall camp?
Well, I think, evaluation is really our job. We got to put the best players out there, and it's an ongoing process. But, every day we're watching the film on them and evaluating what the guys do well, what they don't do well. And as an offensive staff, we'll hope to put those guys in situations where they can succeed.
Let's move on to the special teams part of it for you. You get to work with a head coach who kind of made his mark as a special teams coordinator, and I imagine with all the different facets that go in that kind of the average fan doesn't really know about, but for you as a coach and as a special teams coach, being able to bounce ideas off Coach Pullian and his experience, it's probably got to be neat for you and different philosophies and what you want to do there.
Yeah, I think it's been such a positive experience for me. Coach Pullian has done a great job wherever he's been with special teams, and coming in here, it's really, we're working together on special teams, and like I said, it's been a positive experience for me, and I'm learning a lot here on the job.
Let's talk about some of the guys you have. Chase Tenpenny, the punter, coming back, averaged 43 yards a punt last year, and Collins Ditzworth was more the kickoff specialist last year, but he's got a strong leg. You got two guys there with some experience.
Yeah, Chase is really a guy that I'm excited about. Tremendous size, tremendous leg strength. We got to clean him up a little bit technique-wise, but he's a guy who has an awful lot of experience and has been productive. And then really with Colin, didn't have a whole lot of experience kicking field goals last year, but he has done a tremendous job so far in the spring, and we've seen great improvement.
In the return game, you have a kind of a proven guy in Kendall Brock as a kick returner, but for the most part, it's kind of an open slate and a lot of guys that you can work with there, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've had tryouts already. We've worked with a few guys. That probably won't be determined until we get to fall camp. But obviously, Kendall's a guy that we'll take a good, close look at.
Let's talk about just kind of off the field. I know you haven't had a lot of opportunity to kind of get to know the community and being out here in Northern Nevada. But what are your thoughts so far about Reno, about this area?
Yeah, I think the thing that stands out to you about Reno is just the people in general. I mean, people have been so friendly, reaching out to me, and that really stands out. You know, when you look at a community, you know, I'm going to be moving my family out here, 4 children, and I wanted to make sure that it was a community that, you know, was outreaching, was going to be kid friendly, and so far Reno has been.
What do you think about this coaching staff? A lot of new faces here in terms of what Wolfpack fans are accustomed to, but for you guys, it's about kind of meshing and working together and getting the right connection there, right?
I think it's a tremendous coaching staff. Really, there's no egos. Everyone's, you know, on the same page, working towards the same goal, and you know, there's a lot of ideas being bounced off, you know, in the staff room, and you know, the experience, the knowledge in that room has just been unbelievable.
All right. Well, we appreciate you joining us today, Coach.
Thank you.